Today is August 22nd. The Yankees are the best team in baseball. 9 in a row. They just took 3 from the Minnesota Twins. They canceled the 4th game because the Twins didn't even want to show up. Special episode, RIP JOMBOY and the hamstring. Trevor Plouffe is in the building with BBD. Let's talk Yanks. Hello and welcome to Talking Yanks. My name, Jake Storielli. You're probably used to hearing the voice of JOMBOY, Jimmy O'Brien, my good friend. He is about 10 feet away from us.
Yeah.
Through a hotel room wall with a very poorly pulled hamstring, which...
Well, I wouldn't say poorly. He really pulled.
Right.
Yeah.
Depending how you use the word poorly. We'll tomorrow morning we're going to find out if it's we're getting old, pulled hamstring, and that sucks, or if it's we might be making a hospital run. And with me to make those decisions with producer BBD is Trevor Plouffe, host of the #1 baseball podcast in the land.
Yeah.
People are saying. Former Minnesota Twins great, so it works out. We're talking a little bit of Twins. And Trev, David, I think we're going to have a little fun today. I think we'll get through the Twin series a little bit. It already feels a little weird. They canceled the Sunday game on Saturday. The Yankees have dominated the Twins for the last 20 years.
I tweeted that out. It was 106-38 over the last, since 2004 or 2002 or something like that. So, yes, it's been a couple decades.
It's crazy. And, I know the Twins have had some down years, but they've also had some really nice years, especially recently. But we're going to talk about those, and we'll get that through the front half of the show. We're going to do some awards and stuff. We'll have some fun with it. And then at the end, I think we'll talk some big-picture Yankee stuff because it's starting to get excited. Yankees' second-best record in the AL. So, Trev, who...
Is that true?
Yeah, a lot of you might know this from talking baseball, but we're talk some big picture stuff with the Yanks. Maybe Trev will poke some holes at the Yankees roster, and maybe BBD will get mad at him. But for now, Trevor, how are you, my good man?
Jacob, big dong. I'm doing great, and I do want to give a shout to Jimmy because he laid it all out on the line today. He fell, and then we had some activities afterwards that he participated in with a bum leg. So, shout out James, but I'm happy to be here filling in. You and I were going to go out tonight in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But we said, no, we're going to go live.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I have a Modelo here. I'm not sure if I'll be drinking.
Yeah.
I might.
Could happen.
Early sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll first show from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. Jim said this is the first without him. BBD, is that true?
It's unequivocally false.
Didn't we have one or two this year?
We had one this year, Nats recap, so I filled in from there. And last year he got the Covey.
Right.
And Trev filled in for a voicemail episode.
Right.
Gosh,
so
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure this is not my
well,
first
that's where
shindig.
I felt a little, because he just put out the tweet, and I felt very sad for him.
He's in a bad spot.
I think he was in a bad spot, and he just multiplied the bad spot a little bit. But it's still a bad spot, and I know.
He's definitely in a bad spot, and him thinking it was his first miss probably multiplied that.
And then you don't correct that, because then it's like you can't.
I replied to his tweet. But
okay.
Let's let him know.
So BBD did.
Absolutely.
So BBD did.
Get your kicks in now.
And, hey, who knows? Maybe we'll get a surprise, and we'll get a hobbled hop over here in a minute. But as of now, we're in our beautiful hotel room in Milwaukee. I was going to give it away.
Yeah. Actually, it's a nice room.
We do probably need to give a shout-out early, and if you're watching live, you're seeing me in the Cerveceros jersey, which is
awesome.
The Brewers gave this to us today. The Brewers hooked it up for us today so much, so shout out to them. If you're watching on YouTube, it's probably could be a little confusing seeing that and listening to a Yankees podcast. But what the Brewers rolled out for us today was top-notch. And as a reminder, everything we've done at this company was built on Talkin Yanks. This is the flagship. So, and, hey, maybe the Brewers is a team the Yankees could run into.
Oh, my goodness.
Later.
I don't think you want that.
Yeah, I don't.
Someone in the chat said that the Cerveceros jersey looks kind of like the word Avarex if you look close.
Oh, wow.
Which is
that
important to this show.
You don't know what Avarex means.
I don't.
You're
Is
not
that like
an
Rez?
Avarex king?
It's kind of like Rez. Avarex. Well, let's I'll tell you what Avarex is in a little bit.
Okay.
Let's get into the games.
Yeah.
Because we are going to go through the 3 Twins games again. Sunday got suspended preemptively, which was pretty nice by the Yankees. We're happy about that.
Just not mess around.
I'll tell you who's happy about that. The Yankees.
Yeah.
The actual
Oh,
Yankees.
my God. You get a free off day.
And they know the night before.
You know, a big topic in Yankee land has been bullpen usage, and with the extra day, they get a bonus little rest day. So that is a fun discussion. Let's burn through the games. Well, speaking of burn through the games.
You know it, baby.
And there may be some of this going down in Milwaukee tonight. Cushy Dreams, Talkin Yanks. You guys know Cushy Dreams. JOMBOY Media. You guys know Cushy Dreams. They've been rolling with us all year, man. All year. They are the best. It is smokable CBD with BBD. Trev, the part I always tell the people, you want to relax.
Yeah.
They got that.
Yeah.
You want to create? Yup. Hustle. Okay. Peace. Sure. Energy. Yup. Dream. They have all of those in indica and sativas. They've got the one-time pre-rolls. They got the eighths. Trev, I can kick this to you.
Yeah, you kick it to me.
You've cushy dreamed.
I'm not high right now because people are probably asking that. But I do enjoy the Cushy Dream stuff because of the labels, like you said. You pick what you want to do, man. That's the beauty of where we're at now in the hemp CBD cannabis era. They do a great job labeling, and it's all like super high quality.
And dude, the other thing I always tell people, like, if you haven't tried it, why not? It can benefit your life, whether you're trying to get more sleep or you're just trying to calm down, or if you're trying to create a little bit. So go check them out, cushydreams.com, promo code YANKS, 20% off your next order.
Nice.
Could be your first, could be your next, won't be your last.
Send me that promo code.
That's promo code YANKS,
Thank
baby.
you. I got that.
20% off, cushydreams.com. BBD, we're going to do a power speed burn of all 3 games.
Yes.
I think I'm going to lose control here in my composure, and that's fine. Because, I don't know.
It's been a day of that. There's been a lot of that today.
That's what today has been.
Yeah.
And, like, the Twins. What the hell, man?
We'll get into that.
We'll talk about that
in
a second.
Jeez.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Gosh.
Let's do it, BBD.
On your mark, get set.
Grab your Jameson as Tyone takes the bump for the Yanks, trying to continue his hot streak in the second half of the season versus John Gant. Trade piece for former Yankee legend J.A. Happ. And in the third, Higgy Smalls gets big with the RBI double. It's 1-0 Yanks. And then King Louis V. Lewis Linwood Voit. You're going to hear his name a lot coming up. It is 3-0 Yankees. Rizzo's back. I like that Rizzo guy. Sack fly, 4-0. Higgy gets even bigger with the 2-run home run. It's 6-0 Yanks at this point. The Twins, they actually push a couple runs across. It's 6-4 in the 8th. But Giancarlo, we might talk about him in a little bit, Trevor. Next guy chasing 500. Congrats, Miguel Cabrera. It is 7-4. This would finish 7-5 final. Yanks go Tyone, Peralta, Britton, Chad Green, which takes us to Game 2, BBD. We're just going to run right through it as Nestor Cortes Jr. takes the bump in Game 2 as they hope to see Barnes lose, as that's the pitcher for Minnesota. And I don't even know his first name, but it says C. Barnes, so I made that joke. And speaking of joke, in the first, Luke Voit, the kid from the Bronx, Velazquez, RBI walk, and the Gardner did it with the RBI single. It's 4-0. The Judge, he gavels a homer. It's 6-0. It's deja vu all over again. Yogesh, miss you, big guy. And then Voit on the ground rule double. Now it's 7-0. Josh Donaldson, he hits a home run. Trevor Plouffe's hitting coach. We'll discuss that. And speaking of new potential hitting coaches, Luke Voit, he hits a home run. He caps off a 4-hit day for the Yankees. And then go DJ. DJ LeMahieu, can he find his power stroke? It is 10-2 Yanks as they take the second game. Final game of the series. Cole World. Can't get enough. Can't get enough. I ain't got no kids yet, but this right here is for practice. I hate to get the kids in the bed with. That's how good you're. Garrett Cole versus Kenta Maeda. Tyler Wade, you're looking at him. RBI single. Tyler Wade scores on a wild pitch, one of the Yankees' best offensive weapons this season. It's 2-0, make it 3. Stanton, big G unit double, 4-0. BBD, 6-0 again after Lewis Linwood Voit. Oh, Luke 316, 6-0. Deja vu all over again. Deja vu all over again. Polanco homers, but more importantly, the kid from the Bronx, Velazquez. I love this guy. A little John Gruden. Whoa. Yankees win the final game 7-1. They go Cole, Licky, Abreu. Yanks sweep the Minnesota Twins. Bang. Oh, a little dizzy.
That was good.
It's like 3 little burns and 1 big burn.
I don't think I've seen one live yet.
I mean, that was, normally there's a lot more jokes going on, but
You just heard 3 at once.
You freestyled.
I kind of freestyled that.
And I got to be honest with you. I'm, like, very impressed with what you just
I
did.
have to say, it felt like my little Dickie on that show.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
Trevor, BBD, let me start with you. You are the resident Yankee fan here, along with myself. I had a pretty crazy weekend leading up till Milwaukee, so I was watching most of this from the phone and in and out. So, BBD, start wherever you want, and we are going to do some awards, but I guess we should start around the first game because I guess my initial question to you would be, it's the 8th inning and it's 6-4. Is it scary?
This game was so long ago.
Yeah.
That I don't remember it super well, but I do recall feeling a little bit of oh, is this really happening? Because first game of the series, obviously they just swept Boston, so you expect them to maybe take the foot off the gas a little bit because the Yankees kind of just do that, and you don't trust them to not just take a break. And the Twins have been playing good ball lately with a lot of comeback wins. So there's a little bit of that when it cuts from 6-0 to 6-4 late, and Britton's struggles have been documented, and he gives up a run. And so, yeah, I don't know. It did get a little scary, but I didn't get, scared.
Okay.
I don't know.
No.
I didn't go all the way there, but I also kind of never do until it happens, so I don't know if that's me. I think Twitter would tell you it just was scary. And almost really embarrassing.
I guess the way you're saying that is interesting coming off Boston because you don't want to lose that momentum. You've got a win streak going. And if the Twins, who, Trev, they have been beating people recently. They've kind of been a fun
Good
team. They
teams,
beat
too.
Tampa, Houston, and the White Sox.
Yeah, won 3 series in a row. Maybe 4 series in a row.
Against, arguably the 3 best teams in the American League. So, with that, I mean, Trev, is there... God, I don't know. Do you want to talk about this game? Do you want to talk some Twinkies? Where are you at?
I want to talk about Britton a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys addressed this because we
interested.
Me and C. Rose talked about him and how he went to Boone and says, I don't need to be out there right now. I don't deserve to be out there. I need to work my way back into that role because I'm not right.
Yeah, where do you stand on that as ex-player?
Well, I think it's perfectly fine to go to your manager and say something like that. If you're not feeling right, you don't want to – personally, you don't want to get thrown out there and lose ball games for your team. And I think that's admirable of him not to be just selfish and be like, those are my innings. I want to go do that. So I think it's good that he went and did that. And then was it Boone? Did he bring that up without talking to Britton? Because he brought it up to the media, right? Or did Britton say it in the media?
Britton brought it up, right, BBD?
My memory is of Britton being the one that brought it up, but I could be wrong.
Because I'm pretty sure it was because I think Britton was trying to do the New York fan route, I think. This is just my opinion, where he was going to be basically saying exactly what you just said. I should be pitching better, so I don't deserve the closer role. What happened that day was they went to extra innings with the White Sox again, so Britton's in for a save, and now you have a player on the mound in the role that he said he shouldn't be in.
Sure.
So I think that was unfortunate timing, but with the way the bullpen was getting used, that's kind of how it played out. So interested to see. I know Britton, his fastball ticked up one of the last times he was out, but...
And if I remember right, I'm going to try to look at the play-by-play, but I think the run he did give up in this game, it was another one of those kind of bad luck stuff happening. There's some cheapies. Okay. I'm going to go look. But
I mean, he's such a big piece, on any team that he's on. When he's going right, it's really hard to string together enough hits to score a run.
Right.
Because he doesn't give up big homers when he's right. And that includes not walking people. Like, if he can get ahead of hitters and throw strikes and make people put the ball in play, you're just not going to get, 3 hits against the guy.
Right.
And that's what he brings to the table. That's what guys like him that throw that ball that sinks and he's got a good ground ball rate, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and now that I'm looking at his game log, I mean, August really got knocked around. But it's also 6 innings, but almost every time he was getting hit. This inning, he's come out for how many appearances? 9? 10? 10 appearances.
In August.
In August, yes. And he's given up runs in 3 of them, which, again, isn't great, but we're baby steps in the right direction. But, no, I think that's – and, towards the second half of the show, I think we'll talk some bigger picture Yankees thing. And Zack Britton is one that definitely has to be put in that bucket because you're right. When he's Zack Britton, the 8th inning's done.
Yes.
And you're not scared of, the homer ball because he doesn't give that up.
Yeah.
And even when he's in trouble, the double play ball is such a threat that
absolutely
he's like a calming presence on a team that, Yankee fans are mentally pushing him aside. Lasagna's been so good.
He'll be back.
Chappie back. If Zack Britton,
this is nice to get him in a sort of a high leverage situation against the Twins, who in Yankee Stadium just don't play well. So I think that was a nice outing for him to get into that first game.
Yeah, and in this game, he got it was Andrelton Simmons reached on an infield single, then a wild pitch by him. So I guess that's Britton's fault. But then there's Jorge Polanco, who's been their hottest hitter.
He's been hot,
and he gets it looks like not even a lot. He gets a bloop single.
Yeah, it's good. That's
so
baseball.
If that's the way it's gonna happen,
that's baseball. Tyone 5.13 Ernie's. I don't think he gets an award in this one. 81 pitches. Did anything look different to you, Baby D?
He looked really good. The people were getting cocky about it, and then the line gets ruined a little bit with the homers and stuff.
He's clean through 5. So yeah, I guess not worried about that. You pitch 5 shutout innings, and then
he's been good too.
Whatever happened, Trev, he's been so good, man.
That's awesome. I like him.
Good dude. Good dude. And the pitching has been good, and it's looked good. Earlier this year, he had a couple good starts, but it was really just high fastball only, and you're I don't think you can live off that. But, okay, so, the other guys in this game I think we're going to talk about a little bit more later. But, God, Luke Voit, Velazquez, and, hey, Higgy with a big shout-out. Huge game. 3 RBI.
Yeah.
Double and a homer from your backup catcher.
And they turned out to matter.
Yeah.
He had all the series because he played the last game, too.
Higgy's another guy. Here's a hot take on this Talkin' Yanks episode. Higgy's the man.
Oh, I like him.
Higgy's the man.
Yeah.
Game 2.
It was close. Right? No, it wasn't close.
No.
Close.
Game 2. Nestor Cortes Jr. versus C. Barnes. I feel a little rude, especially after today. Charlie Barnes wasn't currently in my book. 25, he'll get in my book. Lefty, Sumter, South Carolina, sure.
I think I know. I don't think he's in my book.
So I don't want it to be shots fired at him. But the Yankees, man, 4 spot in the first. It's 6-0 in the second. Judgy, Velazquez, Voit. And Nestor with another casual 7 innings, 2 earnings, and, man, 104 pitches. The ERA's at 2.56.
Might hear more about him.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
and it's 56 innings now. I guess it's interesting because it's 7 starts, 15 games played. But, yeah, I mean, Nestor, it's crazy that we've come to believe in this from Nestor. When he was a Yankees party trick for a little while this season. They used Joely and Kerner out of the bullpen. And this was kind of the Voit show. 4 RBI, 4 hits. He does the water bottle smash.
He did do that.
It's all over Twitter, and I think we're officially at the point this season where if Luke Voit has a big game, everyone's going to be like, whoa. Like, Yankees, Voit, he's got to play every day. Like, I know we're kind of there, but anytime he has a 2-hit day or more, people are going to go nuts. And they should a little bit because
he deserves
to play. That's the biggest point.
Look, if there are days where he can't because, well, I don't know why he wouldn't be able to play.
Right.
Like, don't give him the day off. He doesn't, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's feeling good right now. You don't bench that.
You don't bench that. And
this game, the 10-2 game,
yeah.
I don't know if it was Dan or Joe's.
Sure.
Someone tweeted out, like, Twins, take this guy out like he's literally dying on the hill.
Yeah.
So Charlie
Sent
didn't.
him out to die.
Yeah, then that's one. They probably told him, like, hey, buddy, you got to fill these innings up.
Yeah.
It's they're your innings. So whatever happens, happens, and that's tough, man.
Chuck Barnes.
What was the line?
5 innings pitched, 8 hits, 7 earned runs.
Okay, so he settled down.
5 walks, 2 Ks.
How many of those runs were in the first 2 innings?
So 6 of them. Okay. So, I mean, hey, good for him for bouncing back and giving them some innings, but probably not the start Twins fans are looking for.
No.
And, hey, DJ pulls one. That's kind of new.
Yeah, well, Jimmy, who this probably would have been an award if it were a normal episode, but he and I on the plane the next morning were going through some stats, or he was telling me about some spray charts he was looking at.
Ooh.
And DJ is like, he just never pulls the ball in the air unless it's that homer down the line.
Right.
And he has like a few of those, but as a Yankee, he has like no flyouts to left field, and like the shifts they put on him is funny because.
Does he pull breaking balls?
This one was.
This is a breaking ball? That makes sense.
This one was.
He's so good, like that inside out, staying inside the ball, taking the heater up the middle other way, and then you get an off-speed pitch, and you're just naturally going to catch it a little bit more out front.
This was a 76-mile-per-hour curve. So, yeah, I mean, for me, DJ and power, I need to see a little more. I'll get in the box
You know what's going to happen with him? He's going to get into the playoffs and just go on a run.
Just find the porch.
He's going to go on a run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're starting to get this as a Yankees
No,
podcast.
I mean, I'm just thinking about it. Like, he hasn't had a run yet this year. He's a good hitter, man. Like, he's going to get hot at some point. And correct me if I'm wrong, BBD. Like, has he had a 2-week stretch yet?
He hasn't been like red hot at any point. He's had like a month-long stretch of like, oh, the numbers are like good, and what you would certainly take as like a DJ LeMahieu month if the other times were what we've been getting for 2 years, where he's been an MVP guy.
It's kind of bizarre. Like, the last 18 games, so 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah, you got it up.
His August has been the closest we've gotten.
Yeah, 320, 407, 874 OPS, which, again, I know the one homer feels weird, but at least the doubles are sneaking up, because for a while there was just no extra base hits. But, man, I guess that's where we're in a sick place with DJ when 320, 407, 874 still doesn't feel like his max powers. But, man, if we get that guy the rest of the way,
you'll be happy.
Yeah, we'll be more
that
than
plays.
And in that span, 11 walks, 7 Ks.
So he's seeing it good.
Or 11 walks, 9 Ks. So, yeah, that's how you know you're locked in.
God.
If you have more walks and strikeouts in a certain stretch, you're just seeing the ball.
That's really interesting because I know one of the Yankees' other hot streaks as a team this season, I think, was one of DJ's hot streaks. And obviously the Yankees are super hot right now, but the 18-game stretch I just cut out was 15-3.
How did you do that, by the way? I need to learn how to do that.
Dude, you'll like this. Baseball Reference game logs.
Yeah, you go to game logs and you just highlight it?
So you can't, like, jump around, but if you do Like, it'll do whichever.
Okay, you tell me
group
after.
you want. Yeah, no. I mean,
Sorry.
people probably don't need that live. And then the final game, Cole World. Maeda, who, I mean, Trev, I'll ask you. I haven't heard anything about Maeda this year. He was hurt, right?
He got hurt this game. He's been good enough.
Yeah.
Ish. Nobody's really done great things with
Yeah,
Twins
it hasn't
this year.
been a huge Twins year.
Polanco's had a nice year, and there's been a few streaks of a couple of different hitters, and Barrios was doing all right, but he gone.
Yeah, and Cole does his thing, 6 innings
He was
shutout.
nasty, dude.
The him and Donaldson stuff at this point. Have you ever been a part of something like that where, because, I mean, these guys didn't brawl, but they got into a pretty big verbal, out there.
Yeah,
And Cole's kind of been nasty.
Two really big names going at each other in the media. It doesn't happen that often in baseball. But really, he's owned the head-to-head matchup.
Yeah.
Well, the numbers are something like 0 for 11 with 7 Ks or something.
Yeah.
That's at that point.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? That's like me. I can't go tell Scherzer I can't go call him out. You're 1 for 17 off me.
That one, though.
I got that one. You see how I dropped that, though? 1 for 17. That's embarrassing. I'm proud of 1 for 17.
That's one more than everyone listening. Sorry you had to hear that from Trevor. Stanton and Voit, the big boys, goal line package. They stretch out the lead with a couple big doubles. Honestly, the story of this game is Velazquez homers, which just the coolest stuff ever. Squid Squad, shout out. His family.
Let me tell you.
He was like the story of baseball, I think, with his family's reaction and stuff.
Squid.
Yeah.
Saturday night, they call the game.
Yeah.
So all the boys are going out Saturday night.
Ooh.
Squid was having the time of his life on Saturday. There's no doubt in my mind this guy was out in the town. I don't have proof of that.
Great point.
He might have been home with mama, eating a nice dinner, but he better not have been.
Wow. Anyone
in the chat, did you see any Yankees out?
Did you
because
see
Saturday
Velazquez
night,
out?
Saturday night, they knew the Sunday was off and the Monday was off, right? They don't play Monday. Or do they?
They play
Monday.
Okay. They have a 2-game set with Atlanta. They're off Wednesday.
They canceled today yesterday. So they knew today was off.
Yeah, so last night.
So that's a pretty good point. No game the next day.
You think Stanton was out?
Kid from the Bronx.
You think Stanton took Velazquez out?
Ooh, that's interesting. Who did that?
OG?
So I guess this is a good Talkin' Yanks conversation because, the Yankees the first half of this year, they weren't fun at all. They've started having a little bit of fun, and they're winning.
Well, because you're winning, that's why.
So I wonder, because it's also dog days of August, so if you get a sneaky off day, a lot of players would like that. We just saw the Brewers today. A lot of them had off days tomorrow, and a couple of them could have been blowing smoke up our butts, but most of them gave us a pretty genuine, I'm chilling.
The difference, Jake.
But you get a sneaky off day. Kid from the Bronx hits his first homer.
The difference is we're in Milwaukee, bro. No offense.
It's a Yankees pot. You're getting it.
No offense. We're in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You're not going to go out on a Sunday night in Milwaukee. You're in New York.
Yeah.
You hit your first bomb in the show.
Yeah.
It's Saturday night.
Yeah.
Did it in front of all the family and friends.
That's point, Trevor.
Good golly.
That's point, Trevor. Rizzo stole a base at some point.
Yes, he did.
Straight steal.
Straight steal.
Which, again, don't even know how to compartmentalize that yet. Just winning
off
over
of
the
Jeffers. Jeffers was down on one knee. I think he saw that. It was like a mid-count, and he just took off. Jeffers double clutched. Safe.
Can't do that.
He got 6 bags, I think, this year.
Picks
6
a
or
spot.
7.
Judge started in center field. Is Guardy on the IL?
He isn't on the IL.
But Florial's up.
But they called him up. They said, because he got hit by a pitch in game 2.
Right.
And they said he was still, sore from that. So they called up Florial. And I think Gio's, close. So if they decide when he's going to come back, I don't know, Thursday or something, guard, he still isn't good, and then backdate him. That's Gio's spot.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess we did miss a little bit of the groundskeeping. Gio rehabbed today.
Did well.
And he went 3 for 4, I think.
That sounds right.
So that's someone that we haven't.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
Trev,
it's a big piece.
It's the weirdest thing about baseball, and I feel like it doesn't apply to other sports. Like, if the number 2 player on a basketball team goes down, like you're like, oh, you know, the Milwaukee Bucks are playing, but Middleton's hurt tonight. He's not playing. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can notice that. You watch a baseball game every day, and a guy goes away for a week, 10 days. Unless it's like Shohei or Trout or one of those guys.
Even Trout. Even Trout, bro.
Even Trout.
Shohei's just
Shohei's
the
like,
Shohei show.
You want to watch this?
Yeah. It is like that because you want to know why it's every day.
Yeah.
So you got to move on.
And I guess the Yankees have been fun and winning, so like Tyler Wade being good and Velazquez being good, that also helps you forget.
How is that going in Yankees land? Tyler Wade being good right now. Are people happy for him?
It's an interesting conversation. A lot of people, Trev, you know the kids like the receipts.
Okay.
A lot of people have bad receipts.
Yeah.
A lot of people have bad receipts. Not you. Not me.
Not you.
I mean, that's my guy.
Yeah.
It's my ticket. If you're a Yankees fan and you're standing on the table and being like, start Tyler Wade at second base next year, you're a little too far in the deep end. If you're someone that's not getting this current stretch at all, you're too far in the deep end. He's still young. He's 26.
Can I tell you something?
He's getting a lot of run.
I think he should be a starter somewhere.
Right.
Not Yankees necessarily. I think that if that dude went to another team, he could become like an all-star.
If he had the chance to
he has the tools,
play a full season, like team that kind of isn't going for anything crazy. Not that you can't be trying to win, but he's a guy who can do a lot.
Maybe not an all-star because it's very hard to be an all-star in the middle
Right.
in the middle infield.
Right.
Like there's superstars that play middle infield,
Yeah.
so it's hard. But at that level,
I'm glad you started there because I can I can level it out a little bit.
Bring it down.
It's what you're saying is so true, and it probably translate in WAR numbers. Like if Tyler Wade got a full year, like a $150 around second base, or maybe he bounced around a little bit, you're looking at probably like a 3.5, 4 WAR guy, which I know to a lot of people that doesn't mean much, but to a lot of people that means the world. Because he's so good defensively, he's so fast that if he gets on base, I feel like we used to play this game as a joke on Talkin Yanks was, what does Tyler Wade's on-base percentage have to be for him to be like an everyday player? For me, it's like 320.
Really?
That's just how good he is at the other stuff.
There's an interesting argument because, he gets on first base, he's on second base.
Right.
So, like, that doesn't calculate in slugging, which I think it maybe should.
That'd be interesting.
Like, you get on first
A
base.
stolen base slugging number.
I mean, it's an extra base.
Okay.
Like, you don't get credit in your OPS for that. But, look, if people, I'm sure the chat is not happy with me saying that he could be an all-star. But
No,
think
this
about,
is a Yankees pod. They are happy
okay,
with
think
that,
about Gio.
Yeah.
Like, you think anybody in Cleveland was like, oh, he's going to become a
Yeah.
guy? But he gets some run with the Yankees, a new team, whatever. Like, they want him there, and boom.
Oh.
Now we talk about Gio in a light that you're like, you couldn't imagine, anybody else at third base. So, whatever.
Trev, the Urshela, for all the Tyler Wade truthers, the Urshela might be their argument. In Cleveland, Gio Urshela had a 587 OPS.
Yeah, I mean.
148 games. Like, that's.
Change of scenery, getting some run. And again, like, with an organization that you feel like wants you. That makes a big difference.
Man, that, I might steal that as a tweet later. I guess Tyler Wade has played 240 games. That's about 100 more. But he's got a higher OPS than Gio had in Cleveland. So that's a funny way to look at it. Funny way to look at it. Let's go to awards.
Okay.
As you guys are watching, already realize this is a slightly different episode. And awards are going to be slightly different, but they're going to be brought to you by the Rise app.
Oh, yeah.
Trev, we've actually... Let's crank it open, because Poppy's had a big weekend.
Let me see it. I see. I couldn't even do it because I'm scared.
Yeah.
I don't get enough sleep. I
think I had an okay sleep weekend. For those of you that don't know, Rise is a science-based app. Makes it easy to improve your sleep, to increase your daily energy. It shows your sleep debt, which we really like. I currently have 7.5 hours of sleep debt. It's a little high.
That's a lot.
Last night didn't help me, the 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. shift. I'd normally like to be in bed before that. I had a nice...
Depends on the night.
Had a nice little commute in. Yeah, that's a great point. But what has really helped with this, and I'm probably going to do it tonight because we're looking to reset or go to the casino, Trev, is that when you see that sleep debt, it actually speaks to you, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of got to get a sleep
It
in.
is true.
When
like
that number
pointing the finger
starts
at
getting
you.
up there, yeah. So, with the cushy dreams from before, I think tonight will be a good sleep night, and you should get the Rise app. Man, your circadian rhythm, Trev, I'm always telling you about this,
Yeah, you
dictates
are.
your personal energy peaks and dips throughout the day. If you're one of those people, you get that 2:30 lull, maybe it's your sleep. So go check it out with the Rise app. Go to risescience.com/Yanks and download the Rise app today. Try it free for 7 days. Wow. Most Rise users feel the benefits in just 5 days. So try it today. Learn more about your sleep energy levels. Tell us your sleep debt and stuff. Tweet it at BBD all the time. Whether you want to become a morning person or less exhausted, improve your productivity or daily energy, Rise is the power behind your next best day.
Yeah. You know, there used to be there was a time where people sleep shamed.
Whoa.
If you slept too much, you were like,
dude,
you
that's
shouldn't be
so
sleeping.
true.
And now, thank goodness, because of people and apps like Rise,
dude,
you can sleep and not like be called a lazy bum.
RiseScience.com/Yanks. Rise app. Try it free for 7 days. Trevor, that's an incredible point, man. And, dude,
All right.
I think you've probably heard me say this at this point. Every 20 years, look at how much more smarter, good English, humans get.
Yeah.
Like, you go back 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, if you went to the Minnesota Twins 20 years ago and you said, you know, I need my sleep and I need massages every day, what would they have told you?
They would, spit their tobacco at my shoes and handed me a 6-pack of beer and said, "You'll be all right, kid." Not just the Twins and
yeah, that's
people
not
in
just the
general.
Twins. That's like, but that's
baseball.
That's oddly true.
Yeah. I would called soft.
Football coaches used to not give guys water. I mean, if you go back like another 20 years.
That's insane. You don't deserve water. Wow. Guys
Not
don't
even
need it.
that long ago.
So, hey, maybe take the science stuff seriously. We're going to do awards. Let's do Pride of the Yankees, BBD. Do we have the...
Can I, you mentioned the casino. Did you know I put BBD on last night because he said he's a math guy?
Right.
Ask me how it went.
Talking baseball, math pod, how'd it go?
Not good.
You guys went to a rig casino. Hit the sound, BBD.
Pride of the Yankees. Yeah.
It's a casino.
Didn't say I am a math guy.
There's no real dealers.
No, it was
Like,
all
that's
confusing.
It
literally-
was online blackjack.
That's literally just telling a computer what you want to win to get money
Yeah.
from it.
If there was ever a
What?
time where I became anti-robot,
Yeah.
it was last night.
Pride of the Yankees, Trev, is a very prestigious award we give out on this show.
I like the way you said that.
Thank you. And it goes to someone from the Yankees that made us feel pride this series, and I, being a gentleman, will give you the honor of who you think of a Pride of the Yankees, maybe this series or maybe someone you're just trying to get off your chest a little bit.
I'm going to give this to Luke Voit. Give me the full name again.
Yes, Lewis Linwood.
And I think I owe him an apology.
You do. You actually do.
Well, I don't know. I was right, though. I said...
For
I
48 hours, you were very right.
Yeah, I said in the offseason that the the Yankees should consider trading Luke Voit. Coming off the year he had in 2020, he's 30 years old, and it's a death sentence. That's what everyone always says in the big league. So, I said maybe the Yankees should have done that. Then he's been hurt, underperforming all year, and I made it a point to say, I told you so.
Yeah.
And then Luke Voit came, and Anthony Rizzo came, and then there was no room. And then Voit had the press conference saying, like, look, I don't know how there's going to be room, but there needs to be room.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. I'm that kind of player. And I like that he did that. But that would only last 5 minutes. You got to back it up. And what he did this series was back it up. Give me the stats again. I can't see that.
BBD. If there is a Mac charger.
Oh yeah, you're on dim.
Oh, actually, I just dimmed it. There is one in my bag over there.
I gotta lean in to see the 7 for 13 with 8 ribbies against the Twins. That's having a series. That's telling me shut up. Hey, Coach Trav, shut up.
Whoa, was getting a little echo there. Yeah, I mean 8
ribbies.
8 RBI in 3 games.
And now how do you sit that guy?
You can't. Whoa, Charger flying in. Love that.
So that's my prestigious Yankee award. He's put it on the table, backed it up. And now if you're Boone, what are you going to do?
That's the great question. What the Yankees do and what I think JOMBOY, David, a lot of Yankee fans are on. The Yankees love rotating rest. So between DJ, Rizzo, Judge, Gallo, Stanton, and Voit, I mean, you can basically give each one of them an off day per week. And that's kind of how the Yankees think. And if they do that right, it's really cool. Because when we get to October, you know this, dude. On Talking Baseball come October, how much we're going to be talking about rest and guys who are overused and that guy looks worn out.
Not position players, though, man. Come on.
Last year was 60 games. Like, that's just going to be a big topic. So I do know what you're saying. That conversation is going to be more pitching and bullpen and starting pitchers. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a conversation. That being said, BBD, have we seen the full power lineup?
Yeah, they called it. What did they call it, BBD?
The goal line?
Goal line package.
Well, even then, because there was a goal line package, Luke Voit was leading off. DJ sat.
Right.
And DJ's been doing well. So I guess we technically have not seen it.
So Giancarlo's in right when he's playing. He's going to play right field.
So we haven't seen Gary Sanchez, Rizzo, DJ,
and I think Gary sat that game.
It's a big lineup.
And we haven't even the left side of the infield, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But Glaber, Gio / kid from the Bronx, and T. Wade, who have been killing it. But then you have Judge in center, Gallo in left, Stanton in right. Which that's a big boy lineup.
That's a big boy lineup, yeah.
That's
7 hits, 4 of them extra base hits, 8 ribbies in 3 games.
You got to play that guy.
I love his swing too. It's so weird.
It's
It's
a fun swing.
I watched a highlight of his, and I kept going frame by frame. And as I did that, like the still image just got like sillier and sillier. He has his leg up the whole time, and he creates crazy torque on one leg.
Yeah,
but like it starts going before he plants. But you know what he does, man, is he creates so much space, and you know how this is. You got to get the hands through, right?
I'm a hitter.
Tell me you got to get the hands through.
I'm a hitter.
He creates so much space. He's able to. He opens those hips up, but his hands do stay tight.
Yep.
And his head, you think it's going to leak forward, and then he comes and it sits right there. Stays behind the ball very well, and that's why he has that power to right field. As
we were learning who Luke Voit was, that gentle leg kick for such like a big, powerful man is so nice, especially when he's dialed in. Man, they have to play him. His numbers on the year are starting to look good.
790 OPS.
I mean, 790 OPS, and this was a guy that through his first, I'll bring up the stats on it. He was off to a bad first 30 games, which happens to a lot of people in baseball, by the way, especially when you're hurt.
Yes.
bad 30 games around several different injuries. Knee
Right.
surgery and an oblique. Something else, another knee thing.
I mean, cheese and rice. If you do from July 3rd, which we're now coming up on 2 months. Now, he hasn't been playing every day.
Only
Yeah,
21
like you had
games.
an IL stint in that period.
But how's your 342, 419, 984 OPS?
I'll take it.
This is a guy they're debating playing. I don't think there is a debate. I mean, he's playing. They're going to get big guys
They have
rest
to get
days.
creative. That's Booney.
Yeah.
You got to earn it now, like get that lineup, figure out those rest days, see who's hot, who's not. Voit's hot.
Tell me
Yeah.
who's hot.
It's easy enough now to not play Rizzo every day for this 2-week window while he comes back from COVID and stuff and all that. It's easy enough to get him extra days off, get Voit days that way.
Hey, can I do this? Sorry.
The Italian hand?
Am I allowed to do that?
Are you asking me as a Yankee fan
I'm
or
not
as an
Italian.
Italian?
I'm not Italian.
I think the Italians are fine with it. I think
Yeah,
the
I can go,
Italians love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're
I'm showing it out of love.
Italians love it. Man.
I just,
For
fuck,
those
man.
podcasts only, we're doing the Italian hand.
Obviously.
You know it. You know the hand signal.
No,
This means so much. It's like emphasis. Well, what else?
Is there going to be a day when people look at me as a proud Italian American?
Aren't you?
Well, no, I already am, but I'm saying in society. When people Google proud Italian, when you do the Google searches and you scroll to the right for a while, can my name be the 23rd head?
Oh,
up there?
you're the
if I Google
top. You're a top
You're one
Italian
of the faces
in
of
the
being
U.S.
Italian.
Oh man, we could name a lot of famous Italians.
Let's see, do people pop up? Who would you name right now?
We're googling proud Italians.
Who would you list as proud Italians? For me,
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Ever heard of
he was
him?
my first one.
Giada.
Excuse me.
She cooks. Giada
Yeah.
at home.
I'm not okay. So now we're just doing
Giada.
cooks.
I don't know her last name. Laura Knight it is.
Giada be fresh.
I don't know how to pronounce stuff.
I mean, you put me on the spot here.
I'm just saying, I don't.
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci, yeah.
Okay.
De Niro,
De Niro.
but that's kind of
Drew Butera.
Drew Bute,
Sal Butera.
Joey Gallo, now Anthony Rizzo,
Yeah.
Paul Giamatti. That's an interesting one.
Oh, I love
That's
Paul
a
Giamatti.
That's a good name.
Oh,
Sideways.
Trev, that's a great pride of the Yankees because I think he deserved it this series, and I like that you
I
Get
do
to-
apologize.
give a little apology, but also compliment yourself because you were kind of right, and the Yankees were trying to trade him pretty hard.
They would have gotten a lot for him this.
And
That was his
I
peak.
think
I
that
didn't
was
know
the problem.
that was his
this
peak.
off.
in the
You are
offseason.
very right there. This offseason, Luke Voit led the league in homers last year.
He's 60 MVP.
Yeah.
Trev, okay, last thing I'll give you on Voit. His career numbers,
Pretty good.
876 OPS,
Yeah.
325
I
games.
wish, I wish I could hit like that.
that's
Still
a
be playing.
It's a sample. BBD, I think what I'm going to do, I think I need to snake in the grass here a little bit because I'm not sure which pitcher deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take the kid from the Bronx, Andrew Velazquez. Hits his first Major League home run
Mm-hmm.
to the porch on Yankee Stadium.
A laser.
Family in the crowd.
Yeah.
National game.
Yep. Yeah.
And with the Talkin Yanks JOMBOY Media platform, you give that a little boost. Andrew Velazquez was being talked about. Man, I can't imagine. I forget if it was Lindsay Adler or who it was, but someone tweeted it out about how many kids from the Bronx have that dream.
Oh man. Yeah.
You know? And when you really think about that and you think about being a little kid and what you dream about when you're little, that you look back now and you're like, wow, Jake, wanting to play quarterback was probably a bad idea. Mom was right. You're too short to play quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, there's none in the
I was
league.
going to throw Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, but just
they
still
got-
not there.
They got like 4 or 5 on
Yeah.
me. You know? Actually, what's Kyler? Kyler's putting up a fight for me. Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
How's
what's
your
the
kid?
what's the
He's
other guy from
listed
Florida?
5'9",
You're
I
gonna like
think.
this throwback name,
Which one?
Chris Leak.
Chris Leak. He was short.
Good ball.
I think he was like 5'10", which still has me.
I'm googling. Now.
Andrew Velazquez, he puts up another casual 3 for 10 this series. The home run. His defense at short. I said this before the Velazquez train was leaving the station. It's a cool phrase, Jake. I love watching him play shortstop. I think the phrase I used was, I hope the Royals bring him to camp next year and they let him play 150 games at shortstop because I could see him winning a Gold Glove. I don't know how this ends, guys. He's 27 years old. Rosters expand. In what? A week, BBD?
Yeah, but they expand from 26 to 28.
And actually, he has an option, right? We always think he doesn't. But because he's with the
Mhm.
Yankees org now, he does. He's playing. Hey, I don't know if this is a memory. I don't know if he can find a util role with the Yanks. I don't know if he gets a shot next year. He hit a homer. It's in the book forever. It was in the Bronx. He's from the Bronx. It doesn't get much cooler than that. My man, Andrew Velazquez, pride of the Yankees.
I like that. And you know what? Screw the homer, man. Like, awesome. You hit a homer. I get that. That's going to stay with you forever. But, like, he's helping the Yankees. Like,
playing
he's part
shortstop.
of this run.
Yeah.
Dude, that's more important than any home run. Like,
That
he is.
first home run, though.
Yeah, but, dude, he's in the thick of the turnaround.
Yeah.
Yankees were dead.
DED.
They were dead. And then he comes, and, I know he hasn't done it all himself, but he's been there. He's had some good games, and he's gone now with 9 in a row. Big lead in the wild card now for the
Yeah.
Yanks, trying to catch the Rays. I mean,
Oops.
that's I think that's cooler, just being a part of that. As a kid loving the Yankees, to be able to do and have a run like this, put yourself back in the postseason picture. Good for him, man. It's really cool, and he seems like a good dude.
He does.
Yeah.
I had the thought during his most recent game that, like, his parents have been at, like, a lot of these games. I remember, well, that's because they live 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
So,
It's funny.
so they can go.
He can go. They can get there.
We got to shout out Joe's with the funniest. That's the clip of the year for me as far as like baseball analysis.
I'm starting to dislike Joe's McFly
He's too good.
because some of his shit is so fucking funny and it's so natural. It drives me nuts.
He said that's the Bronx training him, because if you ever ran for the bus in your Timbs, you know what that's like. He goes, them shits weigh 10 pounds apiece. And he says Velazquez is fast because he grew up in the Bronx wearing Timbs.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the only way to explain it.
And then you can immediately imagine
Yeah.
Squid wearing Timbs.
Oh,
and
yeah.
chasing a bus.
Oh
in the
my
Bronx.
god. Like I bet
Oh man.
I bet me and Squid have some outfits from, for me a couple years ago that I think could have just swapped. Little white V, some jeans, the Timbos.
Oh man.
Baby chain. Good award by me. BBD, I give you the honors, my good man.
Jake, Trev, giving out a third pride
Mm.
this week because the Yankees, they sweep, and we're just playing by different rules. And I am going to go with Nestor Cortes.
I like it.
Nice.
Kind of had to go to one of the pitchers, and I'm going to lean Nestor, and here's why. One, the stat line I think overall just is better. We can debate that, but on the season, this last start, his longest start of the year, both by innings pitched and by total pitches thrown. So now on top of being just effective in every role the Yankees have put him in, he's now just giving length, which is nuts. He's gone into the 6th inning his last 3 starts, through 5 his last 5 starts. He's just, it's becoming commonplace for him to just be a good pitcher for the Yankees now. It's like, it's crazy. We've been doing a lot of talk about playoff roster stuff just like around the office. And it's like, Nestor probably deserves a spot, but he also was good in the bullpen and stuff. And just a lot of fun conversations to be had about Nestor, and the Yankees are good now, and Nestor is a big part of that, and like him a lot. He's fun.
It doesn't get much more fun on the mound. Looks like a blitzball game. Man.
It's Cueto and then Nestor.
Yeah, that's true. And, I mean, Cueto had some big, big years. But, man, the last 2 starts, Chicago White Sox and Minnesota Twins, both those teams can hit. 6 innings, 1 earnings against the White Sox. 7 innings, 2 against Minnesota. ERA on the year is 2.56. He's got a solid start against Seattle this year. He's got a good start against Tampa this year. 4.2 shutty against Houston this year. The Nestor Cortes conversations, I almost don't have the heart to have yet. When we talk Yankees playoff baseball, if he keeps pitching like this, there will be a role for him. Who knows what that looks like? But, man, this has to be one of those guys, Trev, obviously not going to name any names. There's a couple guys that you see in the league that you played with that you're kind of like, or how about I'll do the best example of it, because this ends up being a compliment. Liam Hendricks.
Sure.
When you knew Liam Hendricks, he was a young Australian starting pitcher. I'm searching for himself. He's now become this dominant, nasty closer. Nestor Cortes Jr., he's still young. He's 26. He's been in the league a little bit. Fastball sits 91. Is there, when you see that, do you think something's clicked, or do you think it's maturity, or do you think even the league changing around him has helped, or small sample size, or what do you point to?
I think data helps guys like him. If he's using the data correctly, and Jimmy, I think, put a tweet out about his spin efficiency.
Yeah.
He's got an excellent spin efficiency, meaning like his ball, that's like the definition of when someone says that gets on you.
Yeah.
So his he does play up. And then I think with a guy like that, he has to be not perfect, but he's got to live on the edges of the zone. He's got to rely on some deceptiveness with his cadence that he does.
Right.
But if he's a guy that can continue to create that spin efficiency and then just kind of read reports and really dive in on where guys are weak and attack there, because I think that's the kind of pitcher he's going to have to be, is attacking hitters' weaknesses instead of being the guy that just goes and Garrett Cole says, I don't care about your weakness.
Here's my fastball. Here's my slider.
There's pitch design now. There's advanced knowledge in how to sequence your pitches.
Right.
He could be a guy that, is a model of success because of that. And I will say, to BBD's point, he's been able to do something you've never been able to do in your life, and that's give length.
It is
saving the bullpen. Nestor Cortes, I don't know the roster enough to know if he's going to have a postseason role.
It's midnight on the East Coast. Trevor Plouffe making fun of my penis. Yeah, it's so funny. I mean, on the nerdy end of the spectrum, if you're a baseball savant person, go check out Nestor's page. It looks like a fairly elite pitcher. He's missing barrels, expected batting average, all that stuff. And I do think, again, if a baseball person tells you where Nestor Cortes lands in the baseball world, they're lying to you. I think he could end up being a starting pitcher for the next few years and being pretty solid. I think he could be a guy that makes spot starts and jumps between the bullpen in the next couple of years. Man, I love what you said, Trev. With all the data out there, you can pitch to guys' weaknesses because there's so many guys that only do their strengths now. We see so many pitchers that, Emmanuel Clase, the closer for the Indians, he throws 96% cutters because hit cutter's nasty.
Yeah.
So coaches tell him to throw that. Lance Lynn throws 90% fastballs, although one of his fastballs is kind of just a slider. And
what is that?
ignored
I don't even know what's going on.
But that if he can hit a player's weakness, and I think the one thing that's jumping out of my head now that does feel so different than a lot of other pitchers is he sneaks fastballs by guys. I think there's some spin efficiency and some jump. I do think it's sometimes he knows how to pitch more than other guys in baseball nowadays, that he just tricks a hitter.
Yeah. He'll lull you to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we've seen guys like this before. This is not some new thing. Tommy Milone.
Oh, hot.
We love Mill One here. And, obviously people now think, Tommy had some good years.
Yeah.
And
that's an interesting comment.
They pitch the same. You have to pitch on the perimeter of the strike zone, present pitches as strikes, and make them fall out of the strike zone. He's changing his arm angle already, which I love. I wish more pitchers would do that. I like when a guy can come all from one arm angle. That's awesome.
Right.
But you know what's also awesome? If you could do it from down here too.
Yeah.
And group that one too. And that, for a hitter, it just adds that extra layer of you got to think a little bit. And when you get hitters thinking in the box, you're going to win. That's what Nestor's doing right now.
I love the Tommy Milone comparison.
Yeah, give me some good Tommy Milone years.
11 years in the league. He's got 26 starts, a 4.14 ERA, 31, 3.74.
Yeah, that 2012 Tommy's pretty damn good. 31 starts with 3.7.
He dropped it in the big leagues for a few years.
He hung. Tell me what. I'll tell you what. That's a nice big league career Tommy had.
That's a really nice big league career.
Keuchel does it.
BBD, any other Nestor thoughts?
He's good. It's tough to see a way to get him a real start in the playoffs if we have that opportunity. And right now it's hard to deviate from Cole, JMO, and Montgomery. And then if Kluber comes back, it gives you 4 good September starts, and that's a guy you want to let start in the playoffs too. And even without that, Nestor, I guess then if you have no Kluber, then Nestor can get a Game 4 start. But is that even the best way to use him? Because he
can eat up innings for you. If a guy goes out and has a tough start, you bring Nestor in for 3-4 innings. You can open him.
Yeah.
He could be a guy that's a really good opener. You pair him, and then you put someone out there, a righty that throws cheese.
Yeah. If this Luis Hill stuff's real,
that's Trev. You've stumbled into a big conversation in Yankees land, and I think we're kind of at the hour mark. I think we do some big Yankee conversations. We're not doing Yankee MFer. Sorry, I think I joked about it not being part of the show the other day, and now I'm wondering if one of the me and BBD episodes we copped out on that because that would be funny. No Yankee MFer, and I think BBD at hour in, I think we skip regular old awards. I think we do a prayer for Jimmy.
Oh, that wasn't an award thing we just did?
That was Pride of the Yankees.
There's a lot of awards to give out.
There's normally a lot of awards on this show.
Trev, the normal schedule for this show is 2 Pride of the Yankees. They each give a Pride of the Yankees. They each give a Yankee MFer, and they each give 2
What's
awards.
A Yankee MFer? Bad?
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Motherfucker.
We're Yankees. Dude, Yankee fans are real, bro.
I don't like to
We
talk
can't
down.
just give.
All right, let me give it.
We're
Can
not
I give one?
No, we're not doing it.
All right,
No,
all right.
no.
They swept the Twins.
All right, whatever.
They always end up. You always got to do a workaround on a sweep anyway.
I don't even have anybody that in mind. I was just gonna make one up quick. I can do it.
No, we're not doing it.
No, not allowed.
Okay, fine.
What we are doing, we're going to talk some bigger picture Yankee stuff because guess what? We can, and we didn't know that about a month and a half ago. And so, no regular old awards. And Trevor Plouffe, again, you host the #1 baseball podcast in the land, co-host it with a couple guys I know.
Yeah.
The Yankees have made a real conversation. Before we talk about that, can we talk about Gabby Insurance a little bit?
Yes.
Did you do this? Because the sales team made us.
Yeah, I did it, yeah. It's really easy.
That's the story I tell.
It's the story. It's not a story.
I think this. So Gabby Insurance, if you don't know, GABI, you punch in your information. What are you driving? age, all that stuff. You punch it in, and it gives you all of the insurance rates. I think it's like something like 140 companies, Progressive, Nationwide, Travelers, all in one place. This can save you a buttload of money, which we like. And Trev, the story I like to tell, because I'm an ease guy, you know that.
Okay.
Sales team tells us, hey, you guys got to go on Gabby and check it out.
You groaned.
I audibly groaned.
Like,
I was like,
is that a groan? What's a groan?
There's no. I think that's a groan.
Oh, man.
Audibly made a noise. Was like, hey, guys, like, this isn't going to end well. It's going to end with me trying to do this, not doing it well. You guys are going to be mad at me. I'm going to be mad at myself. Super easy. Put in all your information. Gabby.com/signup/step. Am I giving out the right one? Yeah. It's GABI.com/Yanks. That's what you need to do. Save $961 per year on average.
That's nice.
$1,000.
Do you know what I like to do? Like
That'll play.
Trip to Mexico.
$960. You just think about, how many nice dinners is that? Take your lady out. How many times you do
Nice
that?
dinner. I don't know. That's probably what.
In New York, that's like
New
4
York?
nice dinners.
Like nice dinners.
For like
Yeah.
really
really
nice.
nice. Yeah. I mean,
other
that's where you're gonna take that angel that you have.
For like a weekly date night, you're looking at like 9.
Yeah. You're right.
You're talking about the real
I'm
ones, which don't
talking
get
about
me
bougie
wrong.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like memorable
Yeah.
nights.
I like that.
I can give some recommendations in New York.
Gabby Insurance. Go check them out. Punch in your information. Save yourself a little under $1,000 if you like that. Gabby.com/Yanks. GABI.
It's like really easy.
It's
Like
just
if I'm remembering right,
please.
and I guess they'll yell at me if I have this wrong.
Oh.
But I think I literally just put my email in and it found all the accounts that are connected to that for me and figured out the rates. Now, if you obviously that doesn't apply if you have stuff connected to different accounts, but if you do, that's like even one less step.
We're an ease pod.
Go BBD.
It's very easy.
We're BBD pod.
It also also when I did it, I did remember that that I still am like on my parents' insurance for everything, so that gave me a good laugh.
You are a child.
Can't find out for sure if I'm getting
Yeah,
these
you're a
rates.
child. Yeah.
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 He's coming out of it.
Yeah. Well,
Weird.
I'm less
hang
than
around a
2
bunch of
years from
People in a baseball stadium in Milwaukee screaming for him.
there were. You're a product of your environment. If BBD keeps hanging around with guys like me and you, guess what he's gonna be? Savage.
Depends who he's spending more time with.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Gabby.com/Yanks.
Thanks.
Got heavy for a second there. All right, Yankee fans, let's do some fun stuff. Trev's here. Trev, the Yankees have been on fire.
Yes, 9 in a row.
Now, you are a huge part in Yankees Twitter. Being a part of JOMBOY Media.
Yes.
R.I.P.
He's dead.
We might have to buy that robot that does breakdowns or whatever.
I've already put a bit on it.
Okay. Thank God. You were Gary Sanchez's hitting coach for the first part of the season. And you love the energy Yankees Twitter brings.
I've grown to love.
It's a lot.
Absolutely love Yankees
I
Twitter.
think for a little while early this season, you got punched in the mouth a little bit. Just seeing the
Not
full.
really.
Gary's I don't know. Maybe not. You enjoy the passion.
Yeah, I think that I'm honest with Yankees Twitter, and they appreciate that, and I love their honesty.
They do. They do, and we do. So, Trev, let's do some honesty.
Let's
hour.
do it.
Maybe that's what
It
we'll
is
call
honesty hour.
Where are you at with the Yankees in the American League?
We talked about it a little bit pre-show. The lineup is long. It's deep. The bullpen, guess what? Can be really good.
Yeah.
I think you got to get the guys right. Meaning Chap and Britton. I know there's some other guys back there.
Chad Green, Lasagna.
They're doing it, but you preferably want to see Chapin and Britton get it going there. They can compete with anybody. They can beat anybody, dude.
Yeah.
You're gonna pare it down to 3 starters in the playoffs. That's for them going to be Cole, Tyone, and Montgomery. Splash of Nestor, maybe.
So that's the hot conversation in Yankees land. They called up Luis Hill, the rookie. 3 starts. He hasn't given up an earned run. And like you're
yeah, I've watched him.
And like you're saying with Nestor, he's a young, hard-thrown righty. Nestor,
Boom.
the funky lefty. That can be a fun game for piggyback.
If they need that,
Right.
they could also just be available as relievers. I think that's where it gets like if I'm taking Cole, Tyone, Montgomery and matching him up with another AL team.
Right.
And now I'm thinking like most of the really good pitching is in the National League. I guess like even against the White Sox, who's the top 3 with the White Sox? You got Lynn, you got Giolito, and I'm missing somebody.
Cease, Keuchel.
So they, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, they match up with everybody in the American League. Some of the teams in the NL, and you get their starting pitchers. The Brewers, for instance, obviously they have a big 3,
right?
That you're not messing with. But as far as American League, where do you stand? If you're the Yankees, you got to feel pretty good about your chances. Got to get out of that wild card game, though. You got to get out of the wild card game. They need the division, man. You don't want to be in that game. You work your ass off, play this type of baseball for the last 2 months of the season. The division, that makes all the difference in the world to me. That's pretty obvious.
So as we record this, it's 4.5 back of the Rays. They only have 1 series left, BBD, right? The end of the year.
Last series of the year. It's a home series for the Yanks.
So the last series of the year,
Yeah.
October, I think 1st and 2nd and 3rd.
1 to 3. Yeah.
Schedule guy.
I have a phone.
What?
They gonna hunt him down. It's a lot of games.
Yeah, of course they can. I mean, look what they just did.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. I don't know.
The Rays are so tough, man, because, BBD, you mentioned this earlier, and I said it in the open. The Yankees have the 2nd best record in the American League. That's
I think
factual,
it's 3rd.
right? It's 3rd?
It's 3rd.
Okay.
Astros still 1 up.
Either way.
Yeah.
On Talkin' Baseball, we've talked about the White Sox as a powerhouse all year. One of the most talented teams on baseball. Yankees have passed them record-wise.
Yeah.
They're a game behind Houston. We've talked all year about how talented Houston is, and hate them, all that stuff from previous life, whatever. They're still a crazy talented baseball team. The Yankees are right there with them, and the Rays are 4.5 up on everyone, which the Rays' current starting rotation is Yarber's back, Shane McClanahan, the young kid who he's gross, so we'll give him that. Waka, who's been getting knocked around. Patino, another kid, all the talent in the world, but he's got some highs and lows. Arch came back. I forgot about that.
How did he do today? I know he struck out 3 in the first inning.
BBD's on Archer watch.
I'm on it.
It's crazy because I'm thinking like, man, they don't match up starting pitching wise. And now I'm going through the teams and I'm listing the first 2 guys, and like of course, they match up with everybody. Nobody has. I mean, it's like the Brewers. They have those 3 guys. Who else has 3 guys? I mean, Dodgers.
Dodgers. It's all
Phillies
NL.
do. Yeah, Phillies do now.
Oh no.
Oh, what happened?
1 hit over 2 innings left with hip tightness.
Arch.
He was excited to be back too.
Sucks. Hip tightness.
All the good pitching in the NL, huh?
That's interesting.
Oakland.
They're Oakland,
They have pitchers, but
Like,
no one that's.
They have a lot
crazy.
of guys
Bassett,
they have a lot of guys
Medina.
overperforming their careers to this point. And
Houston.
Bassett's hurt.
Yeah, Houston, I would say. But then, go ahead and name them.
Yeah, I mean,
Framberg, Greinke, Valdez.
I think McCullers
that
is having a really
Oh,
good year.
McCullers is back too. Yeah, so Houston's gonna be tough. I think everybody. Oh, look at we're in the truth tree.
Yeah. Truth tree.
Where's the chat? Pull that chat
You want
up.
the chat? You want to see what they say? Chat, we're staring at you.
Houston's scary.
Yeah.
Houston's scary. It's okay to be scared.
Do you have them scarier than the White Sox right now?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Houston, I picked them to be in the World Series. I know there's a Yanks pod.
It's okay.
But preseason, they were my American League championship team. I don't think I've wavered from that one time.
Okay.
Even though the White Sox are probably the most complete team on paper.
Yeah.
And to borrow your phrase, there is a world where they can steamroll through the whole damn thing.
Sure.
Houston's battle tested. They've been there, man. That means something. They know what it's like to play in those games.
What do you think is the pivot? Not the pivot point. I'm trying to think of the right way to phrase this. Like, if the Yankees go to the postseason to be successful, like Cole obviously has to be Cole. Like he's the kingpin of the rotation, all of that. Is Tyone kind of he's the number 2 starter if the playoffs start tomorrow, but importance-wise, the Yankees have so many bodies in their lineup that a couple of them have to click in the playoffs. Like, it just becomes a math equation at a certain point. Is it kind of eyes on Tyone? Because, Monty, we love Monty. You kind of said it best before we hopped on the mics. You said Monty is Monty, which he's actually taken a baby step up this year. And his last postseason start, I think, was 4.2, 4.1 shutty against Tampa in that game 4 they needed to advance. So Yankees have that in there. I don't know. I'm not phrasing a question well.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, look, you have to have a solid number 2 if you want to
Okay.
go anywhere. Is that what you're saying?
I guess so. I guess I'm still a little nervous about it. Just because of the workload. That's the only reason.
It's okay to be nervous.
I guess
right
this
now,
is
man.
my honesty hour.
Yeah, let's be honest. Strip it down, baby.
The lineup's nasty,
The lineup
dude.
can hit.
They got Rizzo and Gallo, Trevor.
We've been talking about this whole trip how balanced they are and what that means. You can't game plan for them when you're going righty lefty, righty lefty, righty lefty. And before you could game plan later in the game with the Yankees with the reliever because it was just a bunch of righties. You could bring in a nasty guy. You can't do that anymore.
DJ leads off.
Okay.
Rizzo 2.
I love that.
Judge 3.
Yeah.
Gallo 4. Stanton 5.
Say it to me. Tell me 6. Give it to me. Say it. I know you want to.
Voit 6.
Ooh,
Or
I thought
Gary.
you were gonna go Odor.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna go Odor.
Trevor.
I thought you were gonna go righty lefty, righty lefty.
That's how you trick them into letting Stanton face the lefty relievers.
And I think this is where we need to tell you what Avarex is.
Okay.
Avarex, Jimmy, and this is a Jimmy Memorial episode.
R.I.P.
He Googled the word. Is it Dutch?
It's a
BBD?
Dutch word.
It's a Dutch word that means something good happens now, but something bad happens long term.
There's not like an easy explanation in English. There's not a word for it.
For me, I think the English comparison is give a man a fish, eats for a day. Teach a man a fish, eats for life. Like,
Sure.
And that was Jimmy's original stance on Odor. Like, when he did something good, he was like, what does that mean?
It was actually hurting the team that
Because
he
he's
was
gonna get
doing
more playing
well.
time.
Yeah. We've grown since then.
Okay.
Because how can you not love Rugi? The big ears, all the love.
Yep.
And, man,
Well,
that's...
if you're Joey Bautista.
Oh, God.
Right.
Cracked him.
Didn't knock him down, though.
Dude, I can't even believe that's the same guy.
Well, I don't remember if this was when we found the Avarex time or just when we got Rugi, but when we did the look into it and realized Rugi was like 22 years old punching like 31-year-old Jose Bautista.
Yeah, he doesn't mess around, man.
It's like a boy punching a man.
When you got past, you said Stanton 5.
Yeah.
I was thinking you were going to say Rugi. But then you said there's still fucking Gary and Luke Voit, 6 and 7.
Glaber.
And
Gio.
Glaber. And Gio.
And if you want to mix in some lefties, you could do a Rugi day or something like that. Wade has been playing very well.
In the regular
Facts.
season, that's easy to do.
Facts, Rugi's hitting a big playoff home run.
I mean, that's obvious.
100%.
And it will be at Yankee Stadium.
It will be at Yankee Stadium. It'll be a
He's gonna
bomb.
fucking pimp it.
He's going
so
to pimp
hard.
it. It might take him a minute and a half to get around the bases.
He might do 2
He
laps.
might just keep going.
We somehow haven't even talked about in this series the Rugi timeout home run thing. Which
Oh my
is,
god!
I've never seen that
I've never
before.
seen that.
I kind of like it, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
There are times I told you when you start thinking in the box,
Yeah.
you're screwed. Call timeout, realize you don't get it, get back in, got no time to think.
And you just
Homer.
crank.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big time don't think when you play sports moment.
What is our favorite pitcher, Jack Flaherty, say?
Don't
Don't
think.
think. Don't think.
Shout
I
out
never
Jack
do.
Flaherty.
I never do.
It's a perfect slogan for you.
BBD, any other I don't know, Yankees big picture stuff you can bounce off Trevor Plouffe?
Looking through some stats. I mean, Gary only gets 1 game this series because the schedule just kind of worked out that way.
I got a question.
Sure.
I'm not
Oh.
I'm not all over the place.
Open it up.
Okay. We get this whole new training staff this year, right?
Yeah.
Or was that last year?
They came in last year.
They
but
came
this
in
is their
in
first
last
full
year,
season.
but last year was
Everyone's still hurt though. Are we
Yes and
giving
no.
snaps for them, or are we giving thumbs down?
Ooh, that's interesting. BBD, if the season ended today,
Been a lot of guys hurt.
So many of their IL things have been COVID
So
stuff,
much
though.
Okay.
Like it had, like I
point.
guess
It's
they
a good
probably have
point.
had their fair share of normal injuries, but and like technically they've broken the record of like number of IL stints this year, but it's not the same as other years, and maybe lately is skewed it and it feels like we're back again.
no, it's kind of big, man. And BBD, correct me unless I missed something. Is there another Kluber update? Is he doing one more rehab start?
I think he's getting one more. I don't know when his last one was, or so, and therefore when the next one will be. But he's getting one more, and then I think he's coming back.
Because that,
If it goes well, all that.
because Trev, that question at the beginning of the year, Kluber was kind of the guy that was circled.
Kluber threw a no-hitter this year.
He threw a no-hitter this year. They gave him $10 million.
He was like
He was like their big free agent signing.
Yeah.
So he's going to be making his 3rd rehab start. And man, that's where, man, that Tyone question I brought up, Corey Kluber can throw a whole wrench in the thing. Because, dude, if he looks good,
Oh man.
what do you do?
That's Averex right
that guy's
there.
got Cy Youngs in the bag.
That's what's that word again?
Averex.
That's Averex. If he comes back and like the first 2 starts are legit, could be Averex.
It really could be.
Yeah.
Or it could be nasty. It's tough, man.
Yeah. I can't.
It's heavy stuff.
Kluber's real deal. I want to wish him well. I want him to come back and do well. I don't want him to be Averex.
Right.
It's just tough because he's been gone. You can't really put a finger on
You're
it.
going to get
He got
4 starts
He got
before
10
the
starts
playoffs.
early in the year, and they were, for the most part, very good. But now you're gonna get, I don't know, 5 more.
One more question.
Final question of the episode.
How are we feeling about Aaron Boone now? Because people were calling for his head.
Mm.
Calling for his head. And that was what? That was like May. That was like June.
I mean, the Red Sox series. When was that, BBD?
The one
Was that
right after the
July?
break.
That
Yeah,
was July.
only series they've lost since the break.
Right. I guess here's my thing. You already know this. You can't run too hot on managers.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Boone
You can only
isn't
control
pitching
so
out of the
much.
bullpen. Aaron Boone, you control a couple things, and that's why the Boston series was the closest I've been to like, whoa, just because the decisions that were made. They brought in Zack Britton, runner on 3rd, down 1 or tied game. They needed to have the infield in, and they didn't have it in. They asked him after the game, why didn't you have the infield in? He's like, I kind of overlooked that. And that's one of those things that you listen as a fan, and you're like, what?
Well, I mean, that's also on the infielders. Like, you got to know where to freaking play.
I agree.
I don't need a coach to tell me to play in.
Dude, look at how defenses operate these days.
I know,
they look
but
at coaches
dude,
for
that's an
everything.
obvious situation you just told me.
That was
And it felt like it.
That was a whoa moment.
Yeah.
Because either way, you just wonder what's going on.
Yeah.
And at that point, the Yankees had just lost to the Red Sox again. The full good juices weren't flowing.
They had like cracked into it a little bit, but
And that was kind of like, where's this season really going to land? They didn't get Rizzo or Gallo yet. And you're like, are the Yankees not going to make the playoffs? And kind of what this whole Boone and company have been preaching with rest days and everything, what has it led to? That you're like, wow, what are we going to be saying in a couple months? That being said, I do think baseball, man, reared its head and showed, players do a lot of the driving the bus.
Yeah, like literally all.
If Aaron Boone took over the Pittsburgh Pirates tomorrow, their season doesn't change. And if Shelty came over and ran the Yankees, I bet it'd be very similar.
Mm-hmm.
So, that being said,
So we just can't talk about managers anymore.
managers still do stuff, right?
That air there though, like not having the infield in, making the bullpen changes and switches, and that's on him for the most part. There's obviously charts and graphs, and he's hot, he's cold, blah blah blah. But I'm asking the question because now I feel like he's getting a lot of praise, and a lot of the tweets I'm seeing are he held them above water until reinforcements showed up, and for that he should be applauded.
BBD.
yeah, I mean I'm with you on just kind of I never really get too hot, too cold about manager stuff, and I've always generally liked Boone, just generally, but I've been more pro Boone than other people, even though I like Girardi a lot, and a lot of people, the big part of it was getting rid of Girardi, who was pretty highly regarded, although Yankee fans hated Girardi when he was here, but Twitter, whatever, short memories. I don't know, like as much as we've had like some glaring mistakes like that, and we're very recently going into the Twin Series, or after game one of the Twin Series, I mean, they had the 7 straight games with saves and stuff, so if we're going to kill him for all the bullpen management stuff earlier, we have to give at least some credit when he navigates that. 7 saves in a row, 6 different guys getting them, figured it out. So I don't know. He deserves some credit for this. I have no idea how much.
Okay.
Because I don't know, the guys started hitting a little bit, and
It's a brutal position.
all the pitchers were doing it. So
Yeah. Basically, all you can gauge a manager by is how he talks to the media.
And that's
I didn't like what he said. He sucks.
he does.
and he lies. So
That was a big thing early on the season because you never would say what's really happening.
There's a couple things.
it's been
that's
4
true.
years now.
He's good for the New York media because he just dances around and throws stuff out there, and he kind of keeps the waters calm.
California guy. California Yanks.
And that's why they like him.
A lot of California dudes on the Yankees.
But when you're a real fan and you're engaged in the team, some of the Boone quotes are just like, dude.
Yeah. But you know
I
what?
can't do anything.
But
Go around the league.
his
They're all
quotes
like
aren't
that.
for us.
Yeah.
It's literally part of his job to have the quotes mean nothing.
Yeah, kind of.
You know?
Yeah.
That probably is like the number one thing they were looking for when they were trying to find a guy. And like being the opposite of Girardi as far as just like clubhouse tension stuff, because you flip back and forth.
Girardi was a bad clubhouse tension guy?
He was tough.
The phrasing they used was like Girardi kind of just operates with like a clenched fist. He just like he's always just uptight.
Chill out.
Clenched
bro.
fist was the
It's late.
was the phrase that became like very used about him.
Okay.
He's got the neck vein stuff.
Well, all in all, to recap,
Yeah.
Yanks sweep.
Yeah.
9 in a row. 4.5 back of the Rays. Gonna catch them. World Series or bust.
And that's being a Yankees fan.
Go Squid.
Everyone, we've got about 800 people live right now. And I think it's 12:30
wild.
Monday morning on
I love
the East
Yankees
Coast.
fans. I freaking love Yankee fans.
That's why
Yeah.
Trevor
And the
Plouffe-
series didn't just end.
Yeah, the game didn't even happen today, and the guy that built all of this is currently with a dead hamstring next door. So, everyone, go wish Jimmy well. Hope he gets better. I'm sure we'll have updates from the road. Everyone here live right now, thank you so much. You guys are the best. Thank you to Trevor Plouffe, King of the World. Thank you to BBD, running it live, participating and running it live from a hotel room in Milwaukee. That's show business, baby. You guys are the best. We love you. We thank you. I think we're going to talk to you next Tuesday night, BBD.
Think so.
Tuesday night, 2-game Braves set.
Oh, I love that series. That's like an early
kind of
90s
That's
thing.
kind of the Plouffe Bowl right now. You love
I do
Yankees
love the
and Braves Twitter.
I do love both.
There are two
sides.
teams that have gotten hot recently.
Wow. So, yeah, that's fun. Two teams that were big favorites that struggled for a while are now rolling.
I will root for the Yankees unless Max Fried is pitching.
That's fair. I don't think he is, right?
I don't think so.
I would assume we know
Actually,
by now.
maybe he is. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. I know the Talking Yanks
No Max
community
Fried.
is a very big, tight-knit, real community.
Real.
So here I am, butting in a little bit, but honored.
Monday night,
Ooh.
Jordan Montgomery versus Husker Yanoa.
Ooh.
Wow.
And then give me the
And-
Charlie Morton. What's his name again?
Heen dog.
The
Heaney.
Heen Dog.
Ooh,
The
lefty,
salt,
lefty.
Charlie
the salt
Morton.
man, Charlie Morton. Yanks are going lefty-lefty. Dude,
Okay.
Morton's stuff is gross again, by the way.
Yeah, well, he's.
And
The
in
Braves are hot, baby.
Braves are hot. And then they go
NL
to
rules,
Trevor
by the way.
Plouffe's
It's in
Oakland.
Atlanta. 4-game set in Oakland.
Oh, so Yanks are going
At
to lose
LA.
the DH.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right,
Okay,
guys.
so I guess there might not be Lou Voit.
Yeah. Yeah. Glad you're hot, Luke. Everyone, thank you so much. You guys are the best. We'll talk to you Tuesday night. Let's go Yanks. Tell them Grandma.
Go Yankees.
Miss you, Jim.